Nice. Look at that. Yes, right there. This isn't a polished image, not an artist's impression, not even a processed photo. What you're seeing is raw. Straight from the telescope itself. Unfiltered. Untouched. Reality, frozen in light. And what it shows is astonishing. This is a fragment that might once have become part of a world around another star. A shard of a planet that never was. A wanderer from deep space has drifted into our neighborhood. And the James Webb Space Telescope has captured its portrait for the first time. What appeared in Webb's sensors has shaken astronomy to its core. This is not a comet of our solar system. This is an exile from the Milky Way itself. A body that has traveled for billions of years, carrying with it the chemistry of a place we may never see. Inside, scientists found molecules unknown to Earth. Compounds that could be the missing pages in the story of life's beginning. But this is not only about chemistry. If this object is a messenger, what is the message it brings? And could it change how we understand our own origins? Music builds. Astronomers knew something extraordinary was unfolding when they tracked a body cutting across the solar system, not circling, not orbiting, but moving in a straight, hyperbolic path. Unlike asteroids or comets bound to the sun, this traveler would pass through once, then vanish forever. Not in a century. Not in a million years. Never. A single chance. One moment to capture it before it was gone. The James Webb Space Telescope, orbiting nearly 1 million miles from Earth, became the silent witness. Its golden mirror opened, its infrared eyes locked on. And it transformed what would have been a fleeting blur into a permanent record. This was not just another observation. It was a turning point. The kind of discovery that makes scientists lower their voices, and the rest of us feel we are glimpsing a hidden truth of the universe. The object was given a name, 3I Atlas. The 3 for the third interstellar object ever found. The I for interstellar. And Atlas for the survey system in Chile that first caught sight of it. A rare visitor, joining a category so exclusive it can be counted on one hand. For perspective, the closest it will ever come to Earth is about 170 million miles. Far, yet close enough for Webb's unmatched vision. What makes 3I Atlas astonishing is not just its rarity, but its paradox. How can something born in another star system billions of years ago suddenly flash across our sky for only a heartbeat of time? Its orbit proves beyond doubt, this is not ours. Not a child of our sun. But a stranger. A messenger from elsewhere in the galaxy. That single fact is breathtaking. The galaxy is not silent. It is alive with fragments drifting between stars. And sometimes, one of them passes by us. Music rises, every detail Webb captures matters. Because there will be no second chance. No return. This is a once-and-forever encounter. A frozen traveler bearing the memory of another system, arriving uninvited, leaving unanswered questions in its wake. The story of 3I Atlas is not just astronomy. It is fate. It is chance. It is the universe reminding us that we are part of a much larger story. Music shifts, quieter, suspenseful. So, what exactly did Webb see when it locked its gaze on this ancient wanderer? And what secrets did its light reveal about life, planets, and the galaxy itself? Voiceover continues, music low and tense. The truth about 3I Atlas did not begin with a breathtaking Webb image. It began as a faint, almost invisible scratch of light against the starfield. On July 1, 2025, the Atlas survey system in Chile flagged something unusual. At first, it looked ordinary. Just another entry in the endless catalog of faint objects sliding across the night sky. But its motion was strange. It didn't curve like a comet tied to the sun. It didn't drift like a wandering asteroid. It moved with defiance, straight, unbound, as though the sun itself had no claim on it. Other observatories joined in. The Zwicky Transient Facility in California added its sightings, helping astronomers refine the path. With each new calculation, the orbit became clearer. And then, undeniable. This was a hyperbolic trajectory. Not a returning body. Not something from here. But an exile from another star. The naming followed the rules of science, but the weight of history was felt in every letter. 3. For the third interstellar traveler ever recorded. I, for interstellar. Atlas, for the system that first saw it glimmer against the dark. With a name, the faint smudge became something more. Not just an entry in a database, but a messenger in motion. An identity. A place in the rarest category of wanderers. And yet, naming was only the beginning. The clock was ticking. The object was fast. Soon, it would vanish into the sun's glare, impossible to study again. That's when the James Webb Space Telescope stepped in. Orbiting far beyond Earth's atmosphere, Webb had the power to do what no ground-based instrument could. To strip away distortion. To cut through dust and distance. To turn a blur into truth. When Webb focused on Atlas, speculation ended. The image was crisp, revealing a body scarred, rugged, and alive. It wasn't smooth stone. It wasn't just ice. It was both rock and frozen gases stitched together like a patchwork relic of cosmic violence. Bright patches glimmered like mirrors, volatile ices waking under sunlight, releasing faint streams of gas. A subtle halo surrounded it, fragile but undeniable, a coma of dust and vapor. Not dramatic, but enough to prove that Atlas still carried volatile secrets even after billions of years in interstellar exile. The scars across its face told of ancient collisions. Impact after impact, endured across epochs older than Earth itself. This was not dead rock. This was history preserved. For the first time, humanity was staring directly at the face of a visitor from another star system. Music swells softly, hopeful, and yet, Webb's image was only the prologue. The real revelations would come when its instruments broke down the light into a chemical fingerprint. Because hidden inside that faint glow was a message. Written not in words but in molecules. Waiting to be read. When the James Webb Space Telescope turned its spectrograph toward 3I, Atlas, the story shifted again. Images showed its face. But light, broken into color, stretched into spectrum, revealed its soul. Every element, every molecule, leaves behind a unique signature. Like letters in an alphabet written across the stars. And Atlas carried a message humanity had never read before. At first, the signals seemed familiar. Water ice. Carbon monoxide. The simple ingredients that our own comets have carried for billions of years. But then came the surprises. Webb recorded the highest ratio of carbon dioxide to water ever seen in a comet. An imbalance so extreme it forced astronomers to rethink where this object had formed. It suggested Atlas was born near the carbon dioxide ice line, in its home system. A place where frozen carbon dioxide survives, but water ice evaporates. That detail alone marked Atlas as something foreign. Not like our comets. Not like anything we've known. And then, something stranger still. Hidden in the spectrum were organic molecules. Not just the simple chains found in local comets, but complex forms, some rarely seen, others completely new. Carbon-based structures forged under conditions we can only imagine, perhaps in the cold womb of an interstellar cloud, perhaps under the radiation of a young, violent star. For astrobiologists, this was electric. These molecules resembled the raw ingredients for biology itself. Not life, but the seeds of it. If objects like Atlas are common, if they drift between stars carrying organics, then the galaxy is not empty. It is fertile, scattering the recipes for life across unimaginable distances. Music deepens, slow, resonant tones.